To rid Nigeria of insurgency and other insecurity ravaging the country, they must be destroyed, roots and stems. The right direction to go on, this is to go after the sponsors and arrowheads. To this end, the Air Task Force of Operation Hadin has eliminated tax collectors of the Islamic States of West Africa Province, ISWAP, in Kukawa local government area of Borno State. The tax collector, who always moved in groups, were sighted and targeted at different locations while mounting roadblocks to collect taxes and levies from commuters and merchants in the town. Judy, this is very funny. That's
what has been happening for some time.
That's
exactly in Borno North. That whole area, that's Kukawa local government. That's where you have Baga, Cross, Kawa.
Now, let me first of all ask you, because the Minister of Information was quoted as saying that the fact that they collect tax in these areas, that doesn't mean
they was referring to bandits. He was referring to bandits. He was referring to bandits in that.
Okay, not
not Boko Haram.
Boko Haram guys. Okay.
Anyone who says Boko Haram does not occupy any part of Nigeria is extremely dishonest. I've not seen a Nigerian soldier who will stand before me, a soldier operating in the northeast, who will stand before me and tell me Boko Haram does not occupy any Nigerian territory. No, they don't do that. The army will not do that. There are things that we say simply for political reasons. But the enemy that can move with 20 gun trucks at a point, the enemy that has MRAP that is stole from Nigerian troops, that is moving around with APC. Did you see the APC of Boko Haram that were bombed after the attack in Askira? Yes, they will take it from us. Where do they keep those things if they don't have, if they don't occupy territories? No one knows. You see,
would you transport to the APC?
They need
down to where
before you can even launch an operation, you will have your meeting. We've been killing them. We've been using air power to kill them during their meetings. They've eliminated a lot of them while doing meetings. They are doing meetings in places that they are in control of. And it's not that controlling a territory is not like it started today. No. Look at the Timbuktu Triangle. The army will take Timbuktu Triangle today because we do not have enough troops to occupy every area that we capture. Those guys will be back there. And then they do their best to keep that place. So this is the thing. In Kukawa local government, many of those communities are not even manned. I mean, as in security forces are not manning many of the communities there. I've talked about Abadam local government, where you have Malam Fatori. More than 130 communities, there's not one where people are living in. The people have fled to Niger Republic. Those who did not flee to Niger Republic, they are probably in Maiduguri, or they are IDPs in Monguno. So this is the thing. Now, in those places, what ISWAP does is they encourage you to stay and farm. And they will tell you, if you pay your taxes to us, we will not harm you. We've shown pictures before of them distributing money to people.
Yes.
That can only happen in places that they are holding. Let's be commonsensical about these things. If you are not in control of an area, can you encourage farming there to the point that you are even giving people, they are even distributing bags of rice to people. You saw the pictures. You know?
Giving out loans.
Exactly.
all that we need to do is, the language that they understand is this force. Let us, you see them, this is ISWAP in Borno North.
Young children.
They want people to love them. Do you know that
when they grow up
in Niger State now, because Boko Haram is occupying territories in Niger State, They are beginning to do this kind of thing in Niger. They are preaching to people. They are telling people, look, we don't constitute any threat to you.
This children grew up indoctrinated.
Believing that, see, where there is no government presence, they will see these people as the government. They will think they don't need the government, that these are the people that they need. You can imagine if all that you need, they are providing. They are not stopping you from farming. You are farming, you see lush green vegetation and all that in those areas. The people are farming. There's nothing, that's what they want. To give people the impression that they are an alternative to the government, that they are better than government. That's the impression that they want to create in the hearts of people. And you keep asking, for some of my friends in the Northeast, we keep asking that how, after all these years, with the way we are killing them, these people, is like, what's going on? I learned even the president asked that, is it not about time that these people finish?
And degraded.
No, finish totally self. The way they are keeping them.
You know the number of commanders that are said to have been killed.
Yeah, and they are foot soldiers. The more you kill them, the more they recruit people, because there are people to recruit. They will find, with grinding poverty all over the place, they will find people. They will tell you, for so long, even in Baga, they will allow people to fish. But you must give them their own destiny. Where you fail to give them, they may take your life. That is their own. So now on the highways, even now in Yobe State, they are beginning to kidnap people. If you observe the last 3 weeks, there has been a rise in kidnapping on along Buniyadi to Biu. That's the alternative road that people would love to take instead of going through Damboa. If you are going through Damboa to Biu, that means you have signed your death warrant. So people would rather go through a long, tortuous journey through Yobe State to Biu. You could be doing like 4 hours for a journey that is not more than 1 hour, just to stay alive. But now they are kidnapping people on that road. There's a video that came out of even of workers, NGO workers and other people that they kidnapped on the road. So these are the kind of people, they stop vehicles, they kidnap people, they ask you to pay them. They are behaving more or less like bandits too. Just simply grab people, collect money from them and let them go. So it's a good thing that the Air Force is having this kind of justice to them. Wherever you see them gather, just let the missiles come for them. That's the best thing to do.
I was told that there's a committee led by the Vice President. This committee is in charge of boundaries, border communities, and they have even allocation given to them to take care of these communities. Because what Jide is saying, the effect of what Jide is saying now is that, look, is because these people, the absence of government presence in these areas, they are poor, they are dejected, no hope, no motor roads, no school, nothing. So if it's the terrorists that will reach out to them first, they will believe those ones and they'll be indoctrinated.
We hear of committees, but the reality is what we have just seen. Boko Haram has changed its strategy. Boko Haram was not for bombing, suicide bombings, and all of that. Boko Haram is now trying to get the love of the people. And that's what we have seen here. Now, it will be very, very, very easy to recruit these ones, to recruit them, indoctrinate them. In Niger State, they said that they cited ISWAP presence in some places, and people were withdrawing their children. They are convincing, Boko Haram is convincing people to withdraw their children from school. They are selling their ideology.
Western
is Haram, or it's an abomination. They are convincing parents to withdraw their children from school. So now they are not only using force. They have learned to use the heart of persuasion, the heart of conviction. Exactly.
So they are even showing up for Jumat prayers now.
Exactly.
In Niger State, so come for Jumat prayers, and preach to people.
There was someone who said Boko Haram gave him loan to for his fashion business or something.
No, they'll give you out loans.
Yes.
Actually, even in Adamawa,
Exactly.
in the Madagali area,
Now,
they'll give you loan.
that person will worship.
But if you can't pay back,
Exactly.
they will then conscript you
Exactly.
to fight for them.
That person will worship Boko Haram. You can't be lying. You know, the worst kind of deception is self-deception. When you deceive yourself and you say, look, they are not controlling territories. Apparently, we have seen it. That
even the governor of Niger State has mentioned the local governments that Boko Haram controls in the state. He has said it not once, not twice.
So the thing is, let's find a way of dealing with them. Like, I so much like what happened with this, the tax collectors that were dealt with. Let's have more of that. Let's get rid of these people. No, it's going to be a very, of course, a long battle, it's a long war, but we must continue to fight it.
Because ultimately, when we are looking at the military in terms of the successes and everything we recorded against Boko Haram for some time, we thought it was time to just give the killer punch to cut the head of this organization. We killed some leaders, some ISWAP leaders, and why did you allow them?
When you kill leaders, they are a very organized group. When this one dies, the other person takes over. You cannot, just that the Americans have failed to put an end to Al-Qaeda by killing its leaders. Before you kill someone, they already have in mind the person who will take over from that person. So simply killing their leaders will not bring an end to the group. And don't forget, this thing is dogma. They believe that what they are doing is right and they will go to heaven. So they are prepared to kill to get to heaven. Whereas none of them has been there before to know that that is the condition that must be met before one can get to heaven.
But it's a conviction. It's a belief.
This is the thing. We have to do much more. As I've always warned, every time it appears that there is a lull, don't think that the battle has been won. They may be planning something big, something sinister. And even the bandits too are looking like that now. They can fail to operate for some time. You start thinking, oh, we are winning the war. Don't jubilate too early. Because at the point when you are jubilating, you just see that they have done something very terrible. And then that is what you'll be talking about for so long. The enemy is stubborn. The enemy is resilient. We also have to match the enemy in terms of our resilience, in terms of our determination. Because, as Bob Marley said, we should believe in the ultimate triumph of good over evil. So that is the thing. Our soldiers must remain resolute. The strategy has to be right. We can't keep waiting for them to come and attack us. Because that's what happens. Even what happened in Askira Uba, we waited for them to bring the attack to us. No, we've got to do a lot more of clearance operations along the routes where we know they are present. Let's have clearance operations, take them out, continue the military, the air campaign, while the surface troops take over wherever we have eliminated them. That's the only way. And I've said before, to remember that to win this kind of insurgency war, you must outnumber the enemy by ratio 5-to-1. If you can't outnumber the enemy by ratio 5-to-1, today you will capture this place because you don't have enough troops. You refuse to hold that ground. Once you don't hold it, if they find that place of value, they will come back there. That's what happens. There are places that this Nigerian army has captured at least 3 times. Different places like that. So you just where these guys are back here, because we don't have enough troops to simply put in every place that we capture from the enemy. The army is stretched. Look at Sokoto, look at Zamfara, look at even the southeast. Kaduna, we are pouring soldiers everywhere. Where are we going to have enough troops to man the northeast? They too are where. Remember the day when IPOP was boasting the other day that Nigeria has not got enough soldiers to defeat IPOP because they think the army is stretched already. And you must outnumber these people thoroughly. Decimate them, take over that place, keep your people there. If we can do that, and we become offensive rather than a defensive force, the end of Boko Haram is just, it's not going to be long.
What other?
And we've not been hearing lately about the activities of civilian JTF. I don't know what is going on with those ones. Now, of course, the truth of the matter is we don't have enough troops, but you can work with the local population, you know, in terms of intelligence gathering before the attacks happen. They can help you give information that can help you forestall some of those things. So what is happening to civilian JTF? They are
still active.
Yeah, okay.
In fact, in Borno State,
we haven't heard so much about them.
No, you see, they are not meant to take the shine of the army.
Definitely, yes.
Those guys, where you see the army at a location, civilian JTF goes to check vehicles, and they know these boys more than anybody. They've lived with them.
Exactly.
Remember, it was civilian JTF that chased Boko Haram out of Maiduguri town. They chased them into the bush. So they are still active. There are times too when we lose troops and we lose civilian JTF as well. Sometimes it's announced that, okay, civilian. So they are very much committed, you know, and the governor is motivating them. So they are very much part of the war.